Sremmurd, what's going on?
Hi, it's Carrington. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
I'm really sorry about last week, but it was such a great opportunity to connect with you last week, and I'm glad we did it, and I'm really looking forward to having another amazing conversation with you. I'm incredibly grateful to be connecting with you again, so thank you so much. And this time, I'm going to breathe, take a second to breathe, and not forget to hit merge this time. I'm going to confirm that I hit merge because this call is essential, man. So it looks like I'm good, and this call is being recorded as we speak.
All right. Happy to be on.
So, yeah, man. So first off the bat, like, how have you been? I saw you actually posted something relaxing on your Instagram. I hope you had a great, nice, relaxing, and nourishing trip. And I hope that
was out at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We were out at Joshua Tree.
Nice.
For the week, for 2.5 days out there, just relaxing and connecting with a group of cool creators, as well as like my mentor for his birthday. So it was really cool.
That's incredible, man. Well, hopefully you feel better from coming from that trip, and looking forward to getting into a great conversation right now.
Needed.
Yeah, I'm sure,
yeah.
man. You've been working hard. So first question, man. So I know we talked a little bit about this in the last conversation, but do you mind getting into some of the morals that make you up, like the morals, the values that you were raised with? Kind of maybe talk about your upbringing a little bit and what that was like.
Yeah, man, I came from a really, really great home. I know that helped a lot, and everyone has a different means of upbringing, and that does affect us. But I mean, I thank God that my mom and my dad were so supportive, all throughout, whether it was in athletics. I played basketball, like travel sports my whole life. My father and mother were very supportive in that, and academically, they really, 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 really pushed me. I had to strive for goals that I felt like were sometimes unreachable, but that was, the height of the expectation. And I think a lot of that bothered me, throughout my childhood, just always being pushed so hard. But I know it helped. But, as a child or going into a teenager, into your adolescent years, it does, it plays on your mind, right? It was just like, God, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I take a day off? Why? But I see how that has played its part into like my current, creative endeavors.
Yeah.
So, my upbringing was very, very interesting. I grew up started off in LA, in Inglewood. My family moved out to Corona, California. Then we kind of split time between South Central and there. My mom did a lot of seminars in LA. So I got to be exposed to a lot every week. I was in LA every week of my life, back and forth between these two counties. And so like creatively, I was always hanging out with a different group of people. I was able to see the most urban out to suburban, you know what I'm saying? So my influences were quite vast. Yeah, I always had vast taste, a wide network of friends, like all throughout like the state, like even before high school. So
yeah, that's incredible. So I know you talked a little bit about your parents. Like, I would love to know to what extent your mother being a paraplegic has impacted your appreciation for empathy towards others and your ability to really be compassionate, and maybe that being one of your qualities that you have.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, that's a good lead into your point for like morals, because my upbringing, I'm very open about my family. My mother's like medical condition. You know what I'm saying? My mom, yes, is a paraplegic, and I show that to the public. A lot of people struggle with showing like things that are going on, like health-wise with their family. But I've never really shied away from that. I think I want to show people strength, adversity. I want to show people how to have a certain amount of integrity through my mother, because that's what I learned. So I grew to respect people with mental illnesses. I grew to respect people with disabilities, because at 14 years old, I'm involved in that. We're in the hospital every week. My mom is getting physical therapy. She's going to different, she went to disability expos, and I'm exposed to this early, where I gained so much empathy for people that, quote unquote, can't do what I do. But then you watch these same people turn around and make a living or compete in the Special Olympics or just climb Mount Kilimanjaro with no legs, and you're just like, this is the most beautiful thing to see. Like, how does that push you to be? Yeah. So those morals, like just respect, to high extent, honor. I definitely learned how to value things. So I was able to. I always want to tap into the story. So morally speaking, I never want to ruin a story. I try not to lead to anything. It's bad, but we all F up. So let me just be honest. Your boy your boys left some bad moments in the wake, but no, we all have them. We are human, so
of course.
Yeah, I want to love
man.
everybody. I want to love everybody, and that's things I've been pushing towards is less judgment and more
beautiful.
loving and being empathetic towards people. So those are high on my moral
amazing,
scale.
Man. No, that's great, and I think you're definitely doing that. And I know from experience that whenever I've been around you, you've practiced, you've practiced and emphasized the importance of your voice and your words and choosing words carefully, and you've taught me to really be precise and appreciative and focus on certain values and express certain values through the way I interact with people. And I've learned a lot of that from you. And being very humble but also super talented at the same time is something that you do very well. And no, of course, but it's really inspiring to me because I think there's a lot of people that we could name and don't need to, but there's people out there that need to maybe convince people that they're great and maybe their intentions are not pure. But I think the reason I love speaking with you every time is your intentions are so pure. And I've told you this before, that there's a few people I know in my life that are just good people to the bone. And I think you are one of those people that I have only met you a few times and spoken to you a few times, but from every experience, I've learned that you are really caring, you're compassionate, you're humble, you're a man of honor and integrity. And I think that's really, of course, and it says a lot to your parents as well about how you're raised. It also says a lot about yourself because you've probably done a lot of things to get to that place. So my question to you is, what has led to your being here? Like, I know you've had a crazy long journey, and I've read into it, and I'm really interested in hearing more. But wherever you want to take it off from what I just said, just maybe do you mind getting into your story as far as your career and more, and personal life as well?
Yeah, I mean, my whole creative journey, you know what I'm saying, it's taken about 5 years, maybe 6. Yeah, 6 because we are now in 2020. Thank you, God. 6 years ago, just from shooting parties, I had to pick up a camera out of necessity to market an event I was promoting, and then later on, that led to me just ended up buying my own, and then I began like this quest of just shooting things. You know, I became obsessed about shooting things. I wasn't really shooting people or making anything like videos. I was just like, it's going to sound weird to everybody, but I shot more flowers and sunsets than anything at a time, like in coffee. Yep. Wow. I was that type of Instagrammer. Yep. So it was
that just something that you were
like,
really, no, but I think that's really cool because
it just happened.
Just like,
I don't even know.
Did it have anything to do with those two things, or it was just random?
No, it's just random.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was into. I like to capture like beautiful shit. Like I don't know, and plus I live by the beach, so I was in Orange County at that time. So
beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And out of nowhere, as I'm starting to shoot this, I began to shoot people. I was starting to take pictures of my sister, like she was getting her little looks off, and I started to notice, like, yo, some of these pictures really look at a certain level where, like, I don't suck at taking pictures.
Yeah, you recognize your talent.
That sparked
your eye. Your eye is actually what you maybe were developing, right? Your sight, because that's your your vision. That's amazing.
So I segued that into starting to shoot more people for free. Like, I started putting out things on Instagram, like, yo, like, hey, email me at this. I'm just trying to build a portfolio. Let me know if you want to shoot. I'm just looking for models and people, or people that want to show off their talent, and I want to photograph your talent. So I ended up starting like a whole brand off of me capturing people's talent. I started a hat brand with that, and I was shooting for that. So I had this brand going. I'm throwing parties and shooting pictures, and then out of nowhere, the brand just boom went under. I just flopped on like 2 drops in a row, and all I had was my camera. So I shook off to LA, ended up having to live out of my car for like 6 months throughout the summer. I
was going to bring that up. So tell me, like, that's wild. Like, the fact that you found yourself in that place, but also what were you, I mean, it sounds like you're so hungry to be successful or chase whatever maybe personal goals you had, but you were able to, was it sacrificing? Was that a sacrifice you made to live in your car, or was it circumstances that led you there?
It was circumstance and sacrifice, because I could have ran home. I could have went home.
Absolutely.
living like far out, that doesn't help me be. I have to be in the city every day. I got to be moving every day. And I got to be up. I can't be sleeping in hour and a half, 2.5 hours of traffic away there and back, and that's money on gas that I also don't have. So it's like it would actually behoove me to keep. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you end up being stuck, and you get stuck to the game because you want to make it in this shit. You really have to go that hard. So it was a sacrifice and a circumstance.
Yeah.
So and I didn't want to quit because I felt like I would have fallen way too far behind too. So I was like, and I had a lot of good opportunities. I was so close. I kept feeling like I was so close. You
never abandoned ship. What you did, you never abandoned ship.
And I never will.
I try to teach myself. It's beautiful.
Don't ever do it, bro. If you jump off to the ocean, you can't. If you abandon ship, where are you going to go in the ocean, bro?
I'll drown.
If you jump off of a boat, you'll drown.
Absolutely.
There is no getting to the destination jumping off the boat. To abandon the boat is to claim the boat itself is sinking. I don't think my boat is sinking. So thus, I will not abandon ship and jump into the ocean of mediocrity. I couldn't allow myself to do that.
Fire, man. That's on point. I think that's like something I need to integrate in my own lifestyle. Is like I preach don't abandon ship, but sometimes I may do that sometimes where I fall off. I fall off. Perhaps one day I have a bad day, something happened, and I let that maybe. It's a slippery slope, like if you don't catch yourself, and I'm recognizing this about myself, and people are teaching me about myself, that my tendency is to just fall into this rabbit hole and like continue. But if you don't catch yourself and change your perspective, or just take a step back sometimes and slow down, then and don't abandon ship. Like no matter how, like you're saying, like no matter if the ship may be sinking or it may be half sinking or it's all an illusion. Like you think it's sinking, but it's not actually.
It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. It only sinks if you allow it to, because this ain't an actual boat. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not actual physical involved. So this is a theoretical, hypothetical. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, your ship won't sink if you don't allow it to. Faith is a strong thing. My faith in God has helped me so much too. Because not saying I live anything close to what. I don't live anything close to what is what our parents, would want to be a stereotypical Christian life. We out here sinning, and so are they. Everybody is. But I do have a moral and a spiritual anchor. Like my soul has at least an anchor place I just will not go. I won't allow my spirit to go, my mind to go, my art to go. Like you'll even see, I don't shoot certain things. Like God bless everybody that still shoots on another level. Women, God bless people that still shoot all like a certain type of content. I just can't do all of like certain types of over sexualized content on it because it's basic. I could do sexy shit, but I'm not trying to do it a lot. I'm not trying to do stuff that's all about.
You're making people think.
A bunch of rap videos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
You're making people think because your stuff is deep. It's below the surface
all the time.
I think what's amazing and what I'm so drawn to your work is that it's more like so people always go crazy about captions, but you make people think. Like everything you do is with intent, and when you post something, you have a message behind it, and you're teaching people, you're educating people, or helping people in whatever ways through expressing these ideas through the medium you're an expert at, and I think that's really unique and beautiful.
I appreciate that, bro. You've done some pretty inspiring things too. Like, man, Angels and Demons, come on, like breakthroughs. I'm a listener.
Wow.
And as well as the track with Kaylee, that you dropped. Hot.
Oh yeah.
Bro. It's so cool to have
you, man.
And to see y'all come together.
That's the thing.
We all
it's
came
like
together
I'm
on
so
the same day. Like,
privileged. It's wild how that happened.
We all.
Yeah, it's crazy how I remember. The way things work out is insane, man. It's crazy. Timing is everything, and I think like it's wild. I think back to that day when I met you, and I think that was the first. Was that the first time I met you? Probably.
Yep.
And you were shooting for Kaylee, and so just to the viewers that are listening right now, it was a really surreal day where a lot of connections came from that one meeting and introduction, and a lot of things preceded that. Like I worked with her on various things. I photographed her on all these different occasions. Like without you, man, like it's funny, doors open all the time, and sometimes we're willing to walk through them. Sometimes we keep it shut because we're afraid. But my perspective is that it's important to say, oh well, then what if? Because that what if is going to kill people, you know? It'll
Yeah.
keep people away.
I love
that's
connecting
also regret. Thank you, man.
I love connecting
thank
people.
you for doing it. I'm
Thank God
so
that
grateful.
y'all got together.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm grateful that y'all made something of it. That's all I want.
Man.
If I connect people and they make something of it, that's all I want. I just don't want to have an empty action with it. I don't need a dollar from it. I just want to see something come to fruition. Give me some hype.
That's the beautiful thing.
This person linked up.
You don't even, and that's the beautiful thing. You don't expect anything from me. You're doing it for the pure intentions that you're just a good person wanting to help people in their own careers, make it on their own, put people on, and allow them the opportunity to run with opportunities you're giving them by introducing people to each other, and that's beautiful. You're great for doing that. So Ben, and I wanted to bring it back to more, not specifically the time you were living out of your car, but just anything that you've been through in your experience that has been depressing, and what you have found, how you've been able to get yourself out of that. Can you kind of help people get inside the head of amazing artists like yourself, and how you work through it, maybe with art, or maybe through talking to people, or how do you do it? How do you get out of that depression?
I've done it, man. I've done it in a couple of ways. I didn't even admit to anybody or even family members using the word depression. I didn't even admit that up until like last year, at a time where I was just saying, hey, I'm not going to hide anymore.
Was that because of stigma, or just personal belief with the word?
I think it would be tied to both, you know?
Okay.
But I feel like when I did realize it and what it would stem from, I appreciate you for all your amazing words of empowerment towards me, but and your opinions on my work. Thank you so much for appreciating and loving it. But in all that being said, if you and other people do feel that way, to hear those kind of words, what will make you depressed is to do all these great things and still get not much money from it. Where everyone thinks your reality is away, and it's like people are shysting you left and right. So that can make you depressed, being
maybe even not recognizing your value.
Oh yeah, not recognizing your value. That happens many, many times. Let's say you pitch 50 music videos to the labels, and they don't pick up all 50. You know, you have to sit there and get like a mama mentality, like how many shots are you going to put up before you start thinking, like, when am I going to stop shooting? But I kept shooting, but I shoot through my depression. Like, I don't stop. Like, the whole thing is like, I just don't stop. That's how I go through it. And also with art, I will create it, like you said, I will explain messages to get out my feelings to people. So once that's out there and people understand, I can just keep moving forward. But also, I told you, I have an anchor. I go to church. I pray. I do meditate. I don't meditate nowhere near as much as I should, but I still have a guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that plays with. So I might be depressed, but I know things could be worse, and I have somebody that is watching over me.
Wow.
That can handle these things. I know ain't nothing above that power, and I'm like, okay, I'm just a human going through a human experience, and maybe these things are my fault too, and those things that can be corrected. That's something I always recognize. My mom say, a lot of things, it's gonna be your fault, but that means that you can't change them. You don't have to rely on someone else. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? She says, isn't that beautiful that since it is your fault,
you have the power.
You don't have to wait. Correct. I like when things are my fault because I can change it. Then if it's someone else's fault, I have to pretend and wait.
That's a good way of thinking about it. Wow, I break through, and I just had a revelation from that. Thank you.
But I'll tell you what else. People got to admit. Also, a means of fighting it. I don't recommend things. I'm not pushing anything like initiatives with drug use or anything like that. I am a medicinal marijuana user. That helped me so much. I think
me as well.
Me as well.
You know, and I think it's important to be open about it. You know, I think I started to interrupt you, but I think I've so often found myself being afraid of talking about it because there's a stigma behind it, almost as if people think you're addicted to marijuana.
Yeah, you live back east.
Yeah, it's so different, man. It is different.
No, we light it.
Connecticut's so much better than New York. New York is another level, but it's crazy. I really hope things start changing. But besides that, I think they are changing, which is great, but it's just taking some time. But my struggle is that I try to talk about my use with it and try to educate people on how I use it and why it's good for me. And just like medication that people get from Walgreens, not all medication is for everybody. Like I wouldn't give someone else my Depakote that I use for mania because they're not manic. So why would they take it? So I think
correct.
This person
but cannabis spreads across the board. You know what I'm saying?
It is true. It is true. I think it impacts people differently though. Just because it's THC and CBD cannabidol components together, I think it like the way it impacts people each is different. I think like I can't smoke sativa because for me personally I get very manic, jitty, talkative, out of my head, not grounded. And when I smoke indica, so for me I don't touch sativa, but I only smoke indica, and it's for me just personally I am able to eat because when I'm manic I don't eat. I get to sleep because when I'm manic I don't sleep. And it allows me to get more of a balance and a consistent mood that I'm searching for, because I find that being bipolar, I go up and down all the time. So, but do you mind talking about your experience, or just whatever other, not particularly medication has to be, but what other things do you do? Like, you know, but if you want to talk about it and you're comfortable.
You know what else? I feel like what a lot of people should do, I think people should take time to actually think and allow them about things globally, allow that to sink in, allow perspective, just in a general meaning of the word. I think people should really allow perspective to sink in and cry more. People need to really cry more, bro.
That's so true. I think,
and it has to think, put things in perspective, realize what's actually going on when you're eating a bagel in downtown LA and everything is cool and you feel like, I just bought these shoes. Think about Syria. Think about, I don't know, the coronavirus. Think about just think about it and at least cry about it and set it and cry about it, so I know that you give a shit about the world and you know that you just think. I wish people would feel and just resonate more when they see the, cause I told you, like my mom being disabled, I would just look at people that can't do more. I wish, people on a daily, that helps. I don't say that, I'm not saying that helps depression. I just hope the perspective helps you realize that you are but a man, and everybody's going through something. We all got to go through it.
You're touching on changing your perspective and changing your ideology, because I firmly believe in psychotherapy, and that doesn't even have to be psychotherapy, but just working through your problems, you're able to, lost my train of thought. Terrible. Tragic. But I think working through your problems, changing your ideology, you can really change the way you face problems. And you may not see like the catastrophe in your head is not really catastrophe, because it's all about perspective, like you're saying. Like it's someone that really is maybe suffering much worse on a physical, like factual level. They're suffering more, just maybe their body or they're wounded or something. It's all it's having this
we're all going through something.
Perspective. We're all going through something, and I think once we're able to understand that, then we get outside of our own heads, which sometimes we feel like our life is our own movie, and we direct it, we cast it, we star in it, all these things. But when we step outside of it, we realize that everyone's making a movie. And
it's funny you said that. I love that you just brought that up. So after I went to Joshua Tree, yes, I did shroom. I needed to shroom, and it was just the group of people I was with. It was just absolutely amazing.
It was a safe environment. And you trusted them.
Yeah. Oh man, 100% safe.
Yeah.
Excellent psilocybin. I just tell you, like sitting out, we were in the cactus garden. It's crazy. I actually sit there and I realize that everybody, if you live in shed ego, so I did, how while you're doing it, you start to shed away an ego. While we're driving through J Tree, I felt every mile I was shedding an ego. Every time I saw a big boulder, I lost a part, I lost a piece. It's so interesting. So by the time I get to our destination, quote unquote, when we got out the car, quote unquote, the destination, we get out the car, and I realized that everyone that was around me, I was not me. I was with everybody. Wow. And I said, oh, damn, and that means to me that everything and everybody, if I live outside myself, my own opinion, everything looks good and everything is cool if I'm living for everybody else.
Right.
Everything is cool.
Wow.
If someone likes something, someone thinks someone is attractive, someone thinks this food or dish is good. Somebody. So if you jump outside of your own ego, that means technically everything is beautiful. Everything is cool. Your chick tooth looks good. Your limp looks good. Your acne looks good. Your obesity looks good. Technically.
Wow.
And that was the best thing I realized. So I even wrote a song while out in the desert about like just everybody
That's
looks
incredible.
good. We all look good. Yeah, I'm gonna put that out later on this summer. But
dude, I
be a
cannot
very
wait,
inspiring
man.
record.
Wow, that's gonna be incredible. I can't even wait for that. Like beyond words. Like I'm so excited for you and proud of you, man. Like I know it doesn't sound like a lot coming from a 19-year-old saying he's proud of you, but
you're the people I'm trying to reach
like,
the most. I need to hear it from you. I want to hear. Yes, you're who I want to connect with the most. The people are the generation behind me. I'm already 29. You're 19. I'm trying to reach you.
Wow. And
you've
done it, man. You've done it in such a successful way because all the work you produce, like this is not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like you very well are able to articulate different messages in such a beautiful artistic way that's unique, and you don't copy people. Your source is you're a pure artist at the source. Like that's it, man. Like you're just a pure artist. You know,
man, I'm
and
telling you, like Big Sean's hat says, God is my source. So big time.
Wow. And you're humble too, so man, it's really a whole package, and it's a lot to be inspired by. I wanted to ask you a few more questions, and I know your time is precious. So I want to ask you a little bit about purpose and what you feel your purpose on this planet is.
I definitely have tapped into this. My purpose is to literally let people know at the very bottom base that they can do anything. That's my bottom base. To let people know they can do anything. And then after that, I will enrich them in whatever I can do or whoever I can put in front of them or next to them to make that possible. And that is so generic, and I have to be that generic because I work in so many fields outside of creative. But I know my main thing is to let people know, like, whether I'm doing something personally and I show you, like, hey, you could direct too. You can hop on to a crazy platinum-winning record as well. Or I can literally just tell somebody, like, hey, I see in you that you definitely can be that Mr. Alex Silver, and then I'm going to put you next to somebody that can make that true.
Instilling hope in people that they can do it when they can.
Period. To build hope and inspire. Number one.
Fire.
I'm going off of this earth. I'm going off this earth as a person. If the bottom base I did, I'd inspire people. Period.
Amazing. Well, that's the dream, man. It sounds like a beautiful purpose to have. Next question. I'm just going to be firing these off because they're deep questions, but I know your time is precious, and I want to.
No, bro, I want to keep it over here.
Okay, all right, man. So I'll really go for it. So what inspires you? Who inspires you? What are the influences in your life? You don't need to give away your secret. You know, the people that only you know about, and then it's like everyone on secret people. But no, just like maybe celebrities or parents or people in your life, that family, friends. Who inspires you, or what types of things inspire you?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll start at the home front, right? So my parents, like I said, man, two amazing people. They inspire me just both in their separate ways and then them as a collective. They let me know love is possible. I told you what my mom be going through, and the fact that my mom is a stone cold killer when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. So it's just amazing to watch people not be held back. So that's my main inspiration first, and then outside, let's talk creative. If you want to talk creative specifically in my field of film, we're watching music videos. Nabil Elderkin, love Nabil. Always loved Director X. When he was Little X, moving on to Director X. Very much inspired by London director. Ian Pons Jewell. Ian Pons Jewell is well known for a certain stylistic shooting where he gets other characters to sing the artist's lyrics, which I just love what he does. Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, all have super inspired me. It's just certain people, and then Pharrell, like, bro.
I was just watching Pharrell.
He showed me
on something.
Oh, you were? He was
Did you see his the shot?
Everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Like, seriously.
The dude's able to do everything, dude. Like, how does he? I grew up knowing that. Okay, that's one of the main people that I saw. Like, okay, he does the music. Wow. He has the clothes. He has like this. He designs. Okay, he does it all. Like, he literally does it all.
And well too. And he doesn't sacrifice quality either. Yeah, it's all good.
He's also kind of like a nerd.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was a nerd too. So like, besides being an athlete, I was like I was a decently successful athlete, I would say. Like, but I was such a nerd on the other side of it. And Pharrell was like, he's not necessarily the biggest guy or like the coolest guy, but he is the coolest guy somehow. Like, I was always like, he inspired me a lot.
He was beyond his time. I think like people weren't ready for Pharrell, and now people are waking up. Like people my age or people that aren't as maybe in touch with the culture. They're unable to recognize how important of a role Pharrell is and how much hands he has in everything that's going on as far as music,
they have no idea.
Fashion, Billionaires Boys Club. I like when people learn that's him. Like that's him. That's crazy.
Like
too much stuff to name. He's done amazing. And the production, he's like my favorite production was off the Magna Carta when he worked with Jay. I think that was some of his best production. Guy can go off. I'm talking about that.
Sir.
But another question, and I want to keep this moving. What is your biggest fear in the past and going forward? And is there silver linings to fear? Because I'm about silver linings. That's the album that just drops. Is there a silver lining to fear?
I think everyone should have some fear because I think fear keeps you aware and awake, keeps you conscious and passionate. Because I have a fear of certain things. Like you have a fear of maybe falling behind, but I don't have a lot of fears because fears are the main inhibitors in life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have many, but like fear of losing a loved one keeps me appreciative of my mom and dad and my sister, my aunties every day, right? So that's a proper fear that actually pushes me. But fear of failure, I do not have. Fear of things like that, I think that stuff is absolute like mythology. That's a fallacy to me. But I actually I don't necessarily fear animals like that. I love interacting with animals, but I ain't trying to get bit and killed. So it's like I just don't really put myself in danger. But no, I don't. I'm not really afraid of most roller coasters, things like that. People afraid of heights. I could do all that. But I think, as an actual fear, I think being buried alive. That
would man, me too. Damn, why is it that it's so fucking scary to be like, I also have claustrophobia, but like the fact that
everybody does it.
That would be like, God damn, I can't even imagine it because it just gives me chills.
It's just like, that's one of those ones where it's like, like.
No, I'll pass. I'll pass.
Hey, Alex, let me tell you something else. A lot of people on this show are gonna listen, like they're gonna agree. I have an inherent. I'm a Pisces. I love the water, but I have an inherent fear of the damn ocean, bro. Like crazy.
Well, my mom had a huge fear actually of the ocean, and
really?
That's incredible. Wow, you have a fear of the ocean. And have you ever because I'm wearing pants right now that have bees on it, and I was traumatized by bees when I was a kid. So for you. I got stung, and it was a bunch of hornets too. Like I got ambushed. I was riding a horse through Montana, and we just passed one of the trees, and it happened to be a bee's nest, and I'm pretty sure it fell to the ground, and for some reason, like the horse in front of me had to go close to the bee's nest, and it knocked it off, or it just shook the whole tree, and then bees were everywhere.
Whoa, my
and I was like
God.
I was like 7 years old, and I was like, fuck that. Because
so sorry,
honestly,
bro.
It's perspective, because there's worse fears to have of a tiny thing, But yeah, to this day, I still work through that. But tell me more about your fear of swimming. Was that, were you born with that?
It's not really like swimming. It's not swimming. No,
or water.
It's the ocean. It's just
the
ocean. It's absolutely huge. You can't see anything, and everything's in it. It's an absolute alien world on our planet that is miles upon miles upon miles deep, and you have no control over it. You are. Remember I told you about the hopping off the bed in this ship? Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Have you ever tried to body surf?
Accident.
Oh my God! Yes.
I've done all that.
When people body surf and Yeah, when I body surf, I love going to the beach, and I like body surf the waves that are there, but that current that pulls you in is the most scary thing ever, because it's like the slow, like, come closer, come close. It's like the Siren's harmony telling you, like,
do you feel what I'm saying? Like that part.
It's freaky. Yeah, I feel that.
Current and riptide. Yeah, current and riptide
gives me chills.
To play with, like,
don't play with Mother Nature.
So, and then everything else is in the ocean. Like, woo! I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. It's wild. I think the ocean needs to be respected and appreciated. That's what my mom taught me. Because she drowned, I think, as a kid, and my mom was taught to fear the ocean, because we're actually, my family is from the Azores, and the Azores are the small islands of Portugal, and
got it.
And so they were, all they knew was like these crazy waves that came colliding with the land. So I think it may have developed this fear in my family that I kind of passed down from my mom, like my mother's mom to my mom, and to me almost. But I was swimming at a young age. But sorry, I didn't mean to make it about me. But I think fear is such
I love hearing this.
Yeah, well, fear is just, it's crazy to me, because fear is, like you were saying, an inhibitor of progress, and you're able to see fear as something that's in your head, and it's something you create to, prevent you from moving forward or chase your goals, or take that leap of faith, perhaps.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
So last question, man. I want to tie this together with perspective. How has perspective helped you to be grateful? And like, what has perspective done for you to be able to be grateful and be humble like you are?
Yeah, just knowing that it's none of what I have is mine, and nor do I have to keep it. Like, I'm not in control. So when you have things or you accomplish something, just knowing that it ain't all you is what makes you grateful. People aren't grateful technically when they think it is all them. I know people have their own beliefs, but if you don't even give it up to other people, or you don't even realize, let's say you think it's all you, even be grateful for the fact that you by yourself, because if you don't believe in anything else that helps you get to there or anyone else, realize that you even have something that someone else doesn't have, or that you're in a position that someone else is not in. Just at least be grateful. So at the highest to the lowest levels, just perspective has always set me to know that I have something someone does not. When I was living out of my car, the only difference between me and the person I was driving by with a sign saying "feed me" was the fact that I happened to have paid off that vehicle. Because if I did not, then I would be right there with them. You see what I'm saying? That's perspective to make you humble, to realize you ain't all that, and it could just easily be taken away as it was conjured up and received. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So
totally.
That's
just as quickly as you get something, it can be taken away. Like my mom tells me that all the time.
Correct.
Wow. Thank you, man, for this time.
Be great.
And honestly,
be great.
So be great. Yeah. Be grateful and be great.
Period. In the name of Kobe Bean, Black Mamba Bryant, my absolute hero, I want everybody to, be inspired and just work hard, because life is way too short not to work hard. And even when you work hard, it can be cut short. So why waste? So just, in words of him, Mamba out, eyes out.
Wow. Drops the mic, man, like that. You gave a great interview. Thank you so much for your time, man. Honestly, I can't express how much this means to me. But beyond that, I'm really grateful because you're going to be helping a lot of people with this audio. So, in this recording and this interview, but it's more than an interview. It was a really soulful conversation that I wanted to have with you. And disregarding the fact that we weren't able to get it recorded last week, I'm still really privileged to have gotten you to do this again, and that means a lot to me, man. The fact that you gave me a second chance. Thank you.
Run it back. Bless you, bro. For sure.
Thank you, man. God bless, and I hope you have
so much.
Stay safe, of course. Stay safe, and we'll be in touch. I can't wait to keep up with the exciting things you're doing.
Absolutely. My single coming out next month. Watch out for it, G.
Awesome. And do you want to plug your socials just before you leave and get everyone on your page and then your information if you want to? Want to share?
Absolutely. My Instagram is at created by eyes, EYES, created by eyes. Appreciate you, man.
Awesome, man. Well, it was great to speak with you. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
All right. Peace.
Take care, bro.